Hey, what's going on guys? This is 5 Large Fries and welcome back to the beginner's guide on how to play Paladins. Now this video today is going to talk about the different roles in Paladins, so you get a rough idea of how each role is supposed to be played, so you know what you'll be comfortable with when playing certain champions. So the first role we're going to talk about is the flank role. Now these guys are absolutely great at getting in behind enemy lines because they'll have a decent amount of mobility built into their kit and dealing a insane amount of damage to solo targets. Like you'll be solo, picking off people one by one and just generally harassing the team as they try and get onto the objective. Now what this also does is it distracts the enemy team because they'll then try and focus you down and get you out of their backlines, which then opens up your team to either focus the people that have got their backs turned to you or just generally helping your team to push onto an objective. Now a great tip for the flank role is if you've got like the enemy team's support down, you've killed the support, you've killed maybe their tank and they're not up for a couple of seconds, or maybe you've decided their team. A great tip would be to push forward as the flank role towards their spawn, and when they come out of spawn, shoot them off of their mount. Now what this will do is it will take that person you've shot off their mount a longer amount of time to get back to the fight. So the enemy team is going to be down a man for a little bit longer. So it's absolutely a great tip to use. Obviously if you can get the kill, that would be absolutely amazing as well. But for the most part, shoot them off their mount, return to the battle or whatnot, and do your thing. Second role we're going to be talking about today is the frontliners. Now these are your typical tanks. They've got the most health in the game and they're just basically bullet sponges. They can deal some serious damage as well if built in the right way. But for the most part, you want to be playing these as defensively as you can. So you want to be shielding your teammates as much as you can, taking as much damage as you can from the enemy team, and being on the objective as much as possible. That I cannot stress enough. I've seen so many people play a Makoa or a Fernando and just go for kills and not bother with the objective, which is just crazy. So if you're playing a frontliner, you want to be capping the objective, pushing the payload at all times. That is your key role. Now the third role we're going to be talking about today is the support role. Now these guys are your typical healers of the game, but they can deal damage as well. And what these will do, they will have heals built into their kit at some point. For example, like you have Grover, who will have his passive of healing people around him for a tiny amount per second, and that is with his Blossom ability. And you can activate this to deal a 1000 heal burst heal. These support guys are absolutely fantastic. They help to keep the team alive. It's always worth having one or two supports in a team. Now the final role that we're going to be talking about is the damage role. Now the damage role, well, it's in the name. They're there to deal damage to the enemy team. So an easy role to play is Victor. Now here's your typical run and gun kind of guy. He's got a grenade and his ultimate, he can just do like these barrage bombs. He brings up these binoculars and you target someone, you click on them and a bomb will launch down on them. Now with these guys, they're going to be sort of on the payload or just around the payload, making sure that people aren't coming in to deal damage to your supports and deal damage to your front lines. And they are just really fun to play. Now, like I say, all the roles are really fun to play in their unique ways. Personally, for me, I like to play either a support role or a frontline role, especially Makoa. He is a really fun character to play. But if I want to play a damage role, I would absolutely love playing Bomb King. Like I say, each role, each champion as well, has a different style of playing. So some of them you can even build hybrid. For example, if you're playing a support role and you're playing Pip, for most people enjoy playing him in a flanky role. So it's always worth looking at what each champion can do and going with that. So that's pretty much it for the different roles. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful to you. If it was, drop a like on it, subscribe for more videos, and I shall see you in the next video.